Have you ever heard a woman say something that didn't sit right with you, but you ignored it, thinking it wasn't a big deal? Many men overlook clear red flags in relationships, only to realize later those words meant exactly what they feared. Let me ask you, have you ever stayed in a situation longer than you should have, even after hearing obvious warnings? Share your story in the comments. You might save another man from the same mistake. Psychologists remind us that people often reveal their true intentions through what they say, even when they try to soften it. Words carry hidden truths, and if you know how to listen, you can avoid unnecessary pain. Female psychology especially emphasizes that attraction, respect, and commitment are communicated directly through language. When certain phrases come out of her mouth, they're not small slips. They're signs you need to take seriously. In this video, we'll uncover 5 things a woman might say that should immediately make you question the relationship. These aren't about overreacting. They're about protecting your time, energy, and future. By the end, you'll know how to recognize the red flags that are often hiding in plain sight. This phrase is one of the clearest indicators that a woman doesn't see you in a romantic way. When she says, "I like you, but only as a friend," she is drawing a boundary. Many men misinterpret it, thinking, if I stay close and supportive, maybe she'll change her mind. But female psychology shows that once a woman places you in the friend zone, it's almost always permanent. Psychologists call this categorical perception. From the beginning, people decide how they view someone, either as a friend, a potential partner, or someone they're not interested in at all. Once that category is set, it rarely changes. That's why investing time, energy, and emotions into a friendship in hopes of turning it into love often ends in disappointment. Consider a common scenario. A man spends months being the supportive friend, listening to her problems, offering help, and even putting his own needs aside. But when she finds someone she's truly attracted to, she invests her romantic energy into him, while keeping the friend around as emotional support. In the end, the man realizes his efforts never had the outcome he hoped for. This isn't about bitterness, it's about clarity. Islam and wisdom both teach us to value our time and dignity. If a woman tells you directly that she sees you only as a friend, take her words seriously. Respect the boundary, but also respect yourself enough not to wait for something that will never come. So let me ask you, have you ever been stuck in the friend zone, hoping her feelings would change? What lesson did you take from it? Share in the comments. Your experience could be the wake-up call another man needs. When a woman tells you she's not ready for anything serious, you should take her words at face value. Many men make the mistake of believing they can change her mind with time, effort, or persistence. But psychology and experience show us that when someone openly declares they're not looking for commitment, it usually means they don't see you as the one they want to commit to. Ignoring this is how men waste months or even years on a dead-end relationship. In female psychology, this phrase often signals one of 2 things. Either she truly isn't ready for commitment because of her own priorities, or she isn't ready with you. It's harsh, but attraction and commitment are choices. If she meets someone who aligns with what she deeply wants, her not ready often turns into yes very quickly. This is why taking her words seriously is crucial. You avoid playing the role of the placeholder while she waits for someone else. Think about a real-life example. A man invests time, money, and emotions into a woman who keeps saying, "I'm not ready." He convinces himself that patience will pay off. Months later, he sees her in a committed relationship with someone else. What happened? She was ready all along, but not for him. The warning was there in her words, but he chose not to listen. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance, the conflict between what we want to believe and what reality is showing us. A man who wants a relationship will twist her words into false hope, telling himself she just needs time. But hope without evidence becomes self-deception. In Islam, honesty and clarity are highly valued in relationships. If someone tells you clearly that they are not ready, wisdom is in respecting their words and protecting your own dignity. Staying in such a situation only leads to heartbreak and wasted energy. So here's the reflection. Have you ever ignored someone's words because you hoped their actions would change? Share your experience in the comments. You might help another man recognize that when she says she's not ready, it's time to leave. When a woman tells you, "You deserve someone better than me," it might sound humble or selfless, but in reality, it's a soft rejection. She's indirectly admitting she doesn't see a future with you, but instead of saying it plainly, she frames it in a way that makes her look considerate. Men who don't understand this often cling to the phrase, hoping it means she just lacks confidence. In most cases, it's her way of signaling she's not interested in pursuing something serious. Psychologists explain that people often use indirect language when they want to avoid confrontation or hurting someone's feelings. Instead of saying, "I don't want to be with you," she shifts the responsibility onto you by saying you deserve better. This allows her to step back while making it sound like she's protecting your well-being. But behind the words, the reality remains. She's telling you she doesn't want to continue. Consider a common example. A man hears this line and thinks, "She just doesn't realize how valuable she is. If I prove my loyalty, she'll eventually see my worth." Months later, he discovers she's fully invested in another relationship. The truth is, she didn't lack confidence. She lacked attraction. Her words were a gentle exit, but he misread them as an invitation to stay. From a male perspective, this phrase can be dangerous because it plays on empathy. Good men want to support and uplift women, so they respond by trying harder, showing more patience, and proving their value. But wisdom means listening to what's being said, not what you hope it means. When someone says you deserve better, believe them and walk away. So here's the reflection. Have you ever stayed in a situation after hearing this line, only to realize later it was just a polite rejection? Share in the comments, because your story might help another man recognize this red flag before wasting his time. When a woman compares you to another man by saying, "Why can't you be more like him?" it's a serious warning sign. On the surface, it may sound like simple frustration or a careless comment, but in reality, it reveals a deeper issue. She doesn't truly value you for who you are. Instead, she's measuring you against someone else, which often means she's not content and may already be emotionally invested elsewhere. Psychologists call this idealization through comparison. When someone consistently holds you against another person's standard, it shows they don't see your strengths. They only see what you lack. Over time, this kind of dynamic destroys self-confidence and builds resentment. No healthy relationship can survive if one person constantly feels they're being compared to someone else. Think about a common example. A man works hard to provide, yet she says, "Boy, why can't you be more ambitious like my friend's husband?" Or maybe he shows affection in his own way, but she says, "Why can't you be more romantic like that guy at work?" In both cases, the underlying message is the same. You're not enough. Staying in such a situation erodes your dignity little by little. From a male perspective, it's easy to respond by overcompensating, trying to become more like the person she admires. But the truth is, if she doesn't appreciate you as you are, no amount of imitation will fix it. Respecting yourself means walking away when comparisons become a pattern. So here's the reflection. Have you ever been in a situation where someone constantly compared you to others? How did it affect your confidence and your decision to stay or leave? Share in the comments. Your story might give another man the strength to recognize when it's time to protect his self-respect. When a woman tells you, "I need space, but don't wait for me," she is sending one of the clearest signals that the relationship is over. On the surface, it may sound like she's confused or unsure of what she wants. But if you listen carefully, she's already giving you closure. She doesn't see a future with you. And by telling you not to wait, she's making it clear that she doesn't want the responsibility of leading you on. In female psychology, this phrase is often used to soften the blow of rejection. Instead of saying directly, "I don't want to be with you," she frames it as needing space. But the second part, "don't wait for me," is the true message. She's telling you she's moving on but wants to do so without feeling guilty. The danger is when men cling to the space part and ignore the finality of the "don't wait" part. Consider an example. A man hears this and thinks, "She just needs time. If I'm patient and prove myself, she'll come back." Months later, he discovers she's already in a new relationship. What happened? She told him not to wait, but he only heard what he wanted. This is how men trap themselves in cycles of false hope, wasting precious energy on someone who's already left emotionally. From a healthy perspective, when someone tells you not to wait, believe them. Islam and wisdom both teach us to value time and dignity. Allah has written your provision, including your relationships. If one door closes, clinging to it only blinds you to the better door Allah may open for you. So let me ask you, have you ever kept waiting for someone who clearly told you not to? What did you learn from that experience? Share in the comments. You never know how your lesson might save another man from making the same mistake. When a woman tells you one of these phrases, "I'm not ready," "You deserve better," "I only see you as a friend," "Why can't you be like him?" or "I need space, don't wait for me," believe her. These aren't small slips of the tongue, they are clear signals. Female psychology shows us that people reveal their intentions through their words long before their actions catch up. Ignoring those red flags only leads to wasted time, emotional pain, and regret. The wise man listens, accepts, and protects his dignity. Walking away when the signs are clear isn't weakness, it's strength. Allah reminds us that He will replace what is lost with something better if we trust Him and stay patient. Your time and energy are valuable, and they should never be spent on someone who openly tells you she doesn't want to build a future with you. If this video gave you clarity, share your reflections in the comments. And to show me you stayed until the end, write "leave her" below. Your words might be the exact reminder another man needs right now.